Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murders of Marcelo Vasquez Aragon, who was shot and killed in the 2700 block of West 12th Street in Pico Union, and Gabriel Aaron Ben Meyer, who was shot and killed in the 5600 block of Packard Street in Mid-Wilshire, according to LA County coroner records. Jabbar Thomas and Destiny Young were subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. Beginning in April 29, 2011, defendant embarked on a week-long campaign of robbery, attempted robbery, and murder. Defendant had two accomplices, Destiny Young and Richard Anderson. Defendant and Young, his girlfriend, met in earlier April 2011. Defendant was an unemployed drug dealer, and Young was employed as a security guard. Richard Anderson, defendant's friend, was a crack addict. He bought drugs from defendant and procured customers for him. All three, defendant, Young, and Anderson, frequented the Crenshaw area of Los Angeles, south of the 10 freeway near Crenshaw Boulevard and 28th Street. Young met Anderson through defendant. She owned a blue Crown Victoria vehicle. Young and Anderson both testified against defendant at trial pursuant to plea agreements. They gave the details of each of the crimes in which they were involved. Both testified defendant was present during and directed Anderson to commit the robberies and attempted robberies. At 3:30 a.m. on April 30th, 2011, defendant was with Young, who was driving defendant's rental car. A shotgun was inside a black bag on the front seat. Defendant and Young saw Marcelo Aragon and two friends walking together. The men split up and went separate ways. Defendant, armed with a shotgun, confronted Aragon. The two men struggled. Young, who had remained in the car, heard the gun go off. Aragon died from a gunshot wound to the chest. The coroner recovered 9 double-aught buckshot pellets from Aragon's body. Live double-aught buckshots were found in the Crown Victoria at the time of defendant's arrest. At 3:26 a.m., Young's cell phone was used to make a call to defendant's cell phone. Both phones were in the area of the homicide. Shortly after 12:47 a.m. on May 8th, Mother's Day, Young was driving her Crown Victoria with defendant as her passenger. He was looking for people to rob. Gabriel Ben Meyer was returning home with groceries. Defendant, armed with the shotgun, approached Ben Meyer. The two men wrestled. Young, who was waiting in the car, first saw Ben Meyer on his knees with defendant standing behind him, and then saw Ben Meyer lying prostrate on the ground. When Young was looking away, she heard the gun go off. Defendant returned to the car with the shotgun and Ben Meyer's grocery bag. Young asked defendant whether he had shot the person. Defendant said no. Ben Meyer died of a single gunshot wound to the back of his head. Ben Meyer's neighbor, W. Warren, heard a loud pop around 12:30 a.m. She looked out a window and saw an old matte gray or blue 4-door sedan slowly accelerating away. Defendant began to panic when he realized he had dropped a batting glove at the scene of Ben Meyer's murder. Police officers found a left-hand batting glove with a Franklin logo 30 feet away from Ben Meyer's body. Defendant's DNA was on the interior of the glove. Officers found Ben Meyer lying face down on the ground with his arms above his head. At the base of Ben Meyer's hairline, there was a white granular substance usually expelled when a shotgun is fired. Defendant's shotgun would deposit such a substance if the shot was at close range. At 12:23 a.m., defendant's cell phone was in the neighborhood where Ben Meyer was subsequently killed. At 1:17 a.m., defendant's cell phone was in the Crenshaw neighborhood. Defendant pressured Richard Anderson to commit robberies because Anderson owed defendant money. Directed by defendant, Anderson committed several robberies or attempted robberies on May 10, 2011. Young, the driver, and defendant were both present at each of those crime scenes. Arresting officers had information Young's Crown Victoria had been involved in the above series of robberies. At 11:30 a.m. on May 11th, Young and defendant were stopped and arrested. Officers searched Young's Crown Victoria pursuant to a warrant. It contained, among other things, defendant's 12-gauge shotgun in a black bag together with 2 shotgun cartridges, a robbery victim's wallet, 6 cell phones, a pair of silver framed sunglasses, a folding knife, and a right-hand batting glove with a Franklin logo. The silver framed sunglasses contained Anderson's DNA. At trial, Young testified the 2 batting gloves, The left-hand glove found at Ben Meyer's murder scene and the right-hand glove found in her vehicle belonged to the defendant. In a recorded post-arrest telephone conversation with friend Julia Kane, defendant admitted he owned a 12-gauge shotgun recovered from the trunk of Young's Crown Victoria following his arrest. The weapon was inside a black bag. Investigation revealed the weapon had defendant and Anderson's DNA on it. The weapon was missing an ejector. As a result, spent shells could not be ejected after the gun was fired. They had to be removed manually. No shotgun shells were found at any of the crime scenes. In 2014, Destiny Young pleaded guilty to 2 counts of voluntary manslaughter, 3 counts of robbery, and 3 counts of attempted robbery. She was sentenced to a term of 25 years. Richard Anderson, who was not charged in connection with the killings, pleaded guilty to 3 counts of robbery and 2 counts of attempted robbery. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison. Jabbar Thomas was convicted after a jury trial of 2 counts of first-degree murder, 5 counts of second-degree robbery, 3 counts of attempted second-degree robbery, including gun enhancements. The trial court sentenced the defendant to 2 consecutive terms of life without the possibility of parole, plus 2 consecutive 25-year to life terms, plus 29 years. Marcelo Vasquez Aragon was 35 years old at the time of death. Gabriel Aaron Ben Meyer was 30 years old at the time of death.